been an interesting 6 months to a year. I wanted to make a video on fashion tips that I wish I knew when starting off, or things I regret doing that if I could go back I would change it. Something along those lines. I don't know what I'll title this video. I created a list of some of the things I wish I knew. First thing I want to talk about is dupes and alternatives are great, but save your money and buy what you really want. Don't settle. I'm not hating on anybody who buys reps, but I feel like we're in a culture where everyone's like, here's this dupe, Bottega Veneta puddle boot dupe. I understand getting the look and trying to get dip your toes into the trend, and that's good. That's what I think alternatives and dupes are good for. And I've made countless videos where I'm talking about cheaper alternatives to like designer items. However, if you keep going down that path, you'll always get stuck in the mindset of being like, oh, I really want like the R Legacy triple cut denim. Like, oh, I've always wanted those. Or Balenciaga baggy denim, I've always wanted those. But then you keep buying dupes, but secretly in the back of your mind, you're still thinking, dang, dude, I really wish I had those Balenciaga jeans. So then you keep buying and over consuming in order to get the thing you actually want. But if you'd have just saved your money and like instead of buying 5 items that you really don't want but they work for now, if you'd have just saved your money, you could have just bought that one item. Next one, luxury essentials are scams. Not every basic piece needs to be bought from a designer. Uniqlo is okay. This quiet luxury trend is cool for some. Y'all know me, I'm very much a minimalist rather than a maximalist, so I'm always kind of like less is more. So sometimes I want to splurge, and you spend a lot of money on a t-shirt, right? A basic t-shirt that lasts you for years. Supima, cotton from Peru, long staple fibers. Like sometimes it's okay to splurge, but when people are telling you you need to buy the row t-shirts because it's the best t-shirt you'll ever have, and it's the only way for you to have like a minimalist closet where you only need 3 t-shirts. That works for some people, but I'm telling you right now, do not just like go full head of steam into this trend. Buying a Uniqlo tee, a Pro Club tee, a Shakaware tee, it's fine, dude. You don't need 50 of them, but if you buy 1 white tee, 1 black tee, shoot, even 2 of each, and your whole idea is like, this will last me 2 months and then I'll re-up on one, dude, that's fine. Some of your basic pieces are totally okay coming from these spots. You almost come to regret and like just flat out hate the fact that you spent $150 on a basic white t-shirt. There's no point, man. There's no point. Only for you to go, I like the cut of a Uniqlo tee better. Next item on the list is thrifting is amazing, but you have to learn to be picky. Fight the urge to just buy any and everything because you don't know if you'll ever see it again. Trust me, you will. There was a time where I went to the thrift once a day, every week. Monday through Friday, I was at the thrift. Opening at 9, and I would go in there and I'd drop 20, 40 bucks each run. So like in a week, I'm dropping $100 on thrifted clothes. And like in your head when you're buying them, you're not thinking like, oh, I just dropped 20 bucks on thrifted, like a bag of thrifted clothes, right? Because you're thinking this was a steal for me. But the thing is, you'll find out in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months even that you have this closet full of thrifted clothes that you don't really wear, but you bought it because you didn't know if you would see it again. You will find another pair of vintage Levi's. It'll happen. Trust me, you'll find another vintage button-up tee that is blue and white. It would happen. Like, it's very rare that you'll see something that you go, oh my goodness, I have to get this. Now, when you get that feeling, buy it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling you don't buy that type of stuff, but don't just buy anything because you think it might look cool or think that it might resell. You have to be very specific. And I would even tell you to start curating a list on your notes app or whatever, so that when you go into the thrift, you know exactly what you're looking for. You're not going in there mindless trying to just find any and everything. You're going there for a couple very specific items, and if you don't find it exactly, it's okay. Don't buy the thing closest to it, you know, because then you'll regret it and you'll be like, oh, but it's not exactly what I wanted. So just don't buy it at all. Be very, very, very picky. The fit of your clothes are more important than what's on it. Know your measurement and you'll be better off in the long run. Graphic tees are amazing. I don't want you to take what I'm saying and be like, don't buy graphics, buy plain tees. Sometimes when I was younger, I would buy graphic tees and think that was enough to carry the fit. I get a vintage Kobe tee and I was like, I it doesn't really matter. I could put on H&M shorts and some random Nikes, and I'm balling because I got this vintage Kobe tee on. And what I'm saying is that does not work. Like, the graphic can only take you so far. A Supreme tee can only take you so far. You know what I mean? You have to start to look at the fit of the tee, or the fit of clothes in general. Take some time, take your favorite pair of pants, your favorite shirt, your favorite jacket, lay it out flat, measure the chest, measure the length, the sleeve length, you know, the hem, the neck opening. Go to your pants, measure the hem. What's your favorite inseam, outer inseam? Like, once you figure all that out, you'll look way better than the guy who's just wearing like the dopest Supreme collab. You know what I mean? So focus more on the fit rather than the graphics. The next thing I regret: there's more footwear options than just sneakers. Experiment with boots, loafers, derbies, etc. I used to be the biggest hater of Timberlands when I was younger. I'm talking like when I was like 13, 14. I didn't like Timbs. I didn't like Jordan 1s. It wasn't really my thing at the time. I was much more of a Sperry Elite sock type of guy. That's kind of like what my vibe was. But the more I got into fashion, the more I started to wear more sneakers. So I started wearing Jordan 1s, 4s, 3s, or buying Air Forces, New Balances, like any and everything. But sometimes you want to dress up an outfit, but a sneaker just doesn't do it. It doesn't matter how like unique the sneaker is, it can't really do it. So I started experimenting with different types of footwear, like loafers, derbies, boots, and all of a sudden you have this vast new world of like clothing options that you can unlock because of just your shoes. Like, all of a sudden a leather jacket doesn't look as weird because you pair it with a leather derby than what you would have done with the Air Force One. And it's not that it looks bad, but you can make it look better. The more you experiment, especially with your footwear, because it's the easiest thing to kind of get yourself into and like dip your toes into, the more you'll have fun with fashion. So I wish I would have known that like way earlier. The next point is eBay is your friend. You can find so many steals on there, but you just have to be patient and search pre-owned condition or vintage. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier with knowing your measurements. If you don't know your measurements, then eBay can be the biggest pain on planet Earth, but you can find so many steals. Some of my Prada pieces that you guys were like, how did you get that? My cashmere blazer, my wool blazer, some of my boots, all eBay. I found 2 blazers, like a cashmere blazer off eBay for 60 bucks. You don't find that anywhere else realistically, but you have to know where to search, how to find. I mean, shoot, dude, my lamp came from eBay. You just have to be patient, wait it out, save your searches. But if you do all that, dude, it's your best bud. You can find so much stuff on eBay, so many low-key pieces that people really sleep on, all on eBay. Next point, personal style comes with time. Don't stress trying to find yours. Just have fun, experiment, it will come. Pause. People on the internet can be they can stress you out with telling you, find your personal style, find your personal style. This is how you get your personal style. Dude, none of it works, okay? None of it. Like, anybody who tells you this is how you find your personal style is lying to you. The main thing that comes with personal style is time. Ask anyone. No one finds them and like likes the way they dress and like figures it out until they're like 10 years deep, and not like into fashion, but just in general in life, dude. Something I liked 2 years ago, I hate now. It's just how it happens. Everyone changes, everyone grows. Personal style is just one of those things that come with time. It's something that you don't need to stress out about, or you have to keep thinking, did I find my personal style? Is this me? Dude, just have fun. You know, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's having fun. This is why I preach the message that everyone has style. Just because I might not wear what you're wearing doesn't mean that you don't have style. If you like it and you're confident in it, then that's dope. You know what I mean? So it's the same way with personal like style. If you like it and no one else likes it but you like it, then that's great. If you don't like it in 2 years, that's normal. That's the fun in fashion. Don't let someone convince you that you need to find your personal style like right now, right here. The next piece of advice I would say is invest in cool accessories. Cool belts, jewelry, socks, scarves, hats, etc. Don't sleep on these because they can add a lot to your fits. I have just now become a discoverer of like neck gaiters and like hoods in general. So like when it came to the winter, I've always been someone who wears a hoodie under my jacket and I'll layer it up like that, but sometimes that can make me look very bulky, very heavy up front. So what I've discovered is like start wearing things like a wool neck gaiter or like a nylon hood to add to something, or a balaclava, and all of a sudden your fits get elevated to a point and you're also comfortable and stylish that you're like, whew, I didn't know I could do this, right? And I've discovered that literally this winter. But something I've also started doing is just buying really dope belts. Like I said, the fur belt, a leopard print belt, a studded belt. It's these little things that in like a basic outfit can go a very like long way to take a basic fit and to elevate it, so you don't feel like you're doing too much, but you still get to add a bit of something to it. It's something that I feel like earlier on you kind of pass over because your main thoughts are, I want cool pants, cool shoes, a cool jacket. That's it. Next point I still fight to this day. Don't be a hoarder. It's okay to let things go if you don't wear it. If you don't wear something more than 5 times a year, get rid of it. Sell these pieces and reinvest them, and that money can go into new clothes. This is what I call the recyclable closet, and this is something that I do all the time. I don't have a lot of clothes, but I have a good selection of clothes that I really like. But if I don't wear something, let it go. You know, don't feel this emotional connection to every piece of clothing items that you own. Sometimes it's good to take it, say, hey man, it was cool while I had this, you know, and it's cool looking at it online or something, but I'm gonna let it go. Someone else could probably wear this more than me, and then take that money and then reinvest it in something that you want now. That's kind of the basic idea of being able to take a closet and recycle it and then experiment and to do something new with it. The last point is to be you. And I know it's so cliche, like you'll see all like the New York like sidewalk guys who like record people and be like,
what's your name, where you from?
Alton Mason.
hey, what you got on
Where you
today?
from?
You know, they do all that, and everybody, what's
Anybody a styling tip over the beat?
Tell somebody who's be yourself, man. That's what I would do. As they're dripped out in chrome hearts, it's like, brother, be real with me. How you get the chrome? But like, be yourself. Be confident in you. Clothes to me was a confidence builder. When I was in high school, wearing vintage Champion at school, come on, man. Yeezys, people look at you slightly differently. And even though at the time, like, that's not exactly healthy, but it built me confidence. It made me say, dude, I do like me, man. You know, I am cool. That was my confidence builder, you know? So I liked me because of the clothes I had. And it made me feel better about myself in the sense that it gave me a sense of confidence that when someone said something about me, right, I felt cool because I thought I was cool. You know what I mean? So clothes can be that way for you as well. So if you look at something and you go, man, I like this, but no one else does, dude, be you. Express that. You know what I mean? Express that in your clothes. Express that in the way you move. Express that in everything about your life.